Hello everyone. So in our previous video, we understood that how we can configure .NET application with OpenAI, and in this video, I will let you know that what are the other options we have if we would like to build the same engine or the same, if we would like to achieve the same result. So what the best other options we have. So one of the best option I choose, that is the Groq API. I will let you know in this video that how you can configure the account with Groq, and once you will use the Groq, then you will get comparatively a better result as compared to OpenAI. Uh, Both OpenAI and Groq have different pros and cons, but Groq is getting more popularity because of some vital factors. One of the major factor why people are choosing Groq is because of its speed. Groq is ultra fast and it can process 500 plus tokens in a second. And Groq is using Llama 3 via OpenAI API. And if we talk about cost efficiency, then Groq is comparatively lower cost per token. And if we talk about what is the best in what case, then OpenAI is suitable for agent coding and in-depth conversation, but Groq is suitable with RAG, simple bots, and real-time applications. Let me give you some very simple scenarios here, and according to those scenarios, you can choose that what model suits according to your own requirement. So for example, if you would like to build a deep coding assistant like GitHub Copilot, then you should use OpenAI. And if we talk about building a high-speed FAQ bot for customer service, then Groq is suitable. And if we talk about complex multi-step autonomous agents like AutoGPT style, then OpenAI is suitable. And if we talk about real-time document summarizer for huge data set, then Groq is suitable. Uh, so it depends upon that what type of the business you are covering and what type of the model you are building, and you can decide on the basis of these factors. So let's start configuring Groq. So in order to configure the Groq API, you need to go to the dev console, and once you will be there, so if you have already configured the API keys, then Groq Cloud will show you that what is the usage of your API key. But if you would like to create the API key from scratch, then you need to go to this section and you just need to create the API key, and you just need to keep the name. And in my case, I'm saying demo version, right? 01. And once I will submit this, then this key will be generated for me, and I can copy that key and utilize it anywhere I want. So creating the account and generating the key with Groq is super simple. So once you have that key available, then you just need to copy the key. And so next I will go to my Visual Studio, and I will comment already written code. Okay, so I will leave my sample dataset as it is because I would like to use that sample dataset in my example. So one more thing, we need to make this class more simplified, and we need to get rid of these, you know, these attributes. So, and maybe we don't need that also. Okay, so next I will come back to my program.cs, and first thing which I will do here, I will create a variable where I can copy and paste my API key. So I have already copied the API Groq API key, so I will declare a variable called string Groq, or I will say API key, and over there I will paste my Groq key here. So once that variable is declared, then you just need to copy the URL because in order to issue the token to the Groq, you just need to have a simple HTTP call, and you can use the .NET built-in library in order to authenticate and issue the call to your Groq, right? So what I will do here, I will uh, copy and paste this URL here, okay? And now I will straightforward ask the question. So you notice here one thing, that we are not converting anything in vector database, because Groq is taking care of it by default, because we are using their built-in API, and that is taking care of it out of the box for us. So I will ask the question. So I have already written the question above, so I will utilize the same question. So my question was here. So let me copy and paste it here. Okay. So my question is here. And next, I will generate a function in order to get the context of the question. In order to get the context of the question, I will use link. So let me zoom in a bit. Okay, so let's declare it static string, and I will say get question context, and I will take question as input in this variable as a parameter. So I will ask the question, and first thing I will do, I will convert this question, or in the convert the sentence in the simple words in order to build the context of the questions, right? So I will say var keyword is equal to string dot split, sorry, question dot split here, because I have different spaces here, so I'm splitting that sentence on the basis of the spaces, split, and then I will remove the empty spaces here. So now I have converted my this question in the words, and next I will apply a simple link query in order to filter the record. So now first I will basically apply my link query on this sample dataset. So I will say var match svc. So basically the purpose of writing this link query is to find the words in name as well as in description in my sample dataset, right? So I will say this cloud services dot uh, dot where I'm going to apply a very simple link, as I told you earlier. CS is equal to keywords. I'm going to use this variable keywords dot any, right? If any value matches, then apply the filter again, and over there I will first match with the name and then with the description. So I will say k dot name. Okay. Okay. So yeah, yeah. So not the k, the cs dot name. Then I will convert this to the lowercase, to lower, right? And then I will say if any value contains, then go ahead and check in the name first, and then go ahead and check in the description afterwards, right? And I will say the same thing here. And finally, I will return the distinct value, and then I will convert this to the list. So what that error is? No, okay. So I need to get rid of this static keyword here because I didn't return anything yet. So that's why it is giving me the error. So next, what I will do, I will check that if any value doesn't match, then go ahead and return the full list in the context. So not any, then append the full list here. So I will say match service is equal to cloud service. So the purpose of this condition is that if any value doesn't match with name as well as with the description, then go ahead and return the full list so that my contacts will be built on the full list. So as of now, we have both filters available. If any case match, whether with the name or the description, then this condition will never get true. And if my keyword doesn't match, then I will return the whole list. So now we need to return the values. So in order to return the values, we need to convert this in the string because the return type of my method is string, and I will pass that context to my Groq API to understand that what the question is originally asked. So in order to convert that in the string, I need the string builder class. So I will say var builder is equal to string builder. Okay, so that is it, and I will say builder dot append builder dot oh, there is new string builder and builder dot append line, and I will append a hard-coded keyword context because this is how that will be easy for Groq API to understand this syntax. So I will say context. Let me give this more meaningful. Context colon and colon new. Okay. In the new line, I will return rest of my result. So here I will say SVC, and I will use the variable above match SVC. However, it is building the result according to the above conditions, and I will simply say append line, and here I will build the context. Right, start. I mean, I'm using this format so that my Groq API can easily understand it. So this is svc dot name colon dot description. Okay, and I will simply return this list. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So let me summarize what we have done so far here. So we have applied different conditions here. So if my keyword matches with the name or the description, then this condition will never get true, and I will have exactly the same context which is matching here. So if none of my context matches, then it will return the whole cloud service, and my context will be built accordingly, and I will pass that context in my Groq service. So in next step, what we will do, we will declare the variable and we will pass the uh, values of the function in the variable. So let's copy this and pass your question. So the context of your question is stored in this context variable, and next we need to build a request body. So in order to build the request body, we need to specify, or we need to mention the name of the model. So first of all, let's create the code here so that we could have a request body. because it's an HTTP call, right? So we are not using any library or any package in order to use Groq. So I'm going to make it more simpler. So first we need to pass the model here. So in order to pass the model, we need to know the correct name of the model. So in order to know what is the correct name of the model, I will go to this API again from where we generated the key, and I will go to the documentation, and in the documentation section you can go to the API references, but you can see here some names of the models are here, but you can go here in the API documentation and you can see there are different samples here, request samples here, and what I will do, I will copy any name from here, because this is the name of the model, so I can copy any name here, and I will pass that name in my API. So I just copied it, and I came back here to my this code again, and I will use this model, and after that, because I have specified the model, and then we need to build the message. So in order to build the message context, I will say the messages is equal to new, right? And over there, the object has already been created, so I need to do this thing. Okay, and here I will say new. So in first object, I need to set the tone or the behavior of my bot. So in order to set the tone or the behavior, what I will do, uh, I will specify the object role, and in the role I will say system, and in the content, because here I'm setting the behavior or the tone of my model, I'm saying you are a helpful assistant specialized in Microsoft Azure cloud services. Okay, so here I set the behavior of my model, or the tone of my model, and then I will pass the question. So I will say role is equal to user. Earlier it was a system, and now it is a user, and there I will say content is equal to, and because I have already built the context of my question, so let's say um, context, and in the context I have all my questions where I applied my link, and then I will put the two new lines and then question, right? And then I will put the question here, which is my query variable, and that's it. So in order to save the time, I have generated rest of the other code. This code is very simple because we are issuing the HTTP call. So what I have done, I have created an HTTP client object there, and using the Newtonsoft.json, I'm serializing the request body here, and then I'm issuing the call in shape of JSON UTF-8, and passing my API key as a bearer token in my HTTP header, and once that is done, then I'm issuing the post call, and once the call is issued, then I'm just consuming the result. So let's put the breakpoint here, and let's run the code and see that what the result we are getting. Okay, so now let's run this. So my breakpoint is here, and let me step over and let me show you that what the result we are getting. So as I told you earlier that it is a very simple HTTP post call. So my call is issued to the API and I got a successful result. And let's see that what the result or what the reply we are getting. So let's view this, and you can see here that I'm getting a well explained uh, answer here, and answer is same, but we have lots of better explainability at the bottom for this answer. you know so when our open AI answered, then it was a very specific and there was not a lot of explanation in that answer. But when Groq generated the answer, it explained it better and well explained. So let me go to the Groq and let me show you the performance of Groq from its playground. So let me ask the question here. Explain me about Microsoft Azure, right? And let's submit this. So you can see here how fast it generated the answer and how well it explained, you know, uh, the answer which I have asked. So if you would like to have that output in a structured way, then you just need to enable this JSON mode. And once that is enabled, then you can have you know uh, the structured output of your answer. So it depends upon that what the logic you are going to build, and I have demonstrated the performance of both OpenAI as well as Groq. So that's it for this video, and in our next video I will show you that how we can configure App Insight and what are the permissions we need to set in order to consume the App Insight in our API. So let's meet in our next video. Thank you very much for watching.